Hi, everybody. Along with Adam Lauridsen, I'm Ravi Kapur. After Game 2 of the NBA Finals, the Warriors are taking a 2-0 lead into Cleveland as they take advantage of their home floor and dominate here in Game 2. But it was a very well-played game. Cleveland hung in there throughout. Just in the fourth quarter, they ran out of gas.
And when Steph Curry plays like this, the Warriors rarely lose. Curry had a difficult time early finding his shot, but it came around late. He hit some spectacular three-pointers in the fourth quarter. He looked unstoppable, and the Warriors just ran away with it. As you said, the Cavs played well. LeBron in particular got his teammates involved, but it simply wasn't enough.
Curry, 9 of 17 from downtown. He didn't have a terrific shooting night early on, but in the fourth quarter really turned it on, and certainly he had an incredible three-pointer with the shot clock going down, and he was fading away. It was just an incredible shot that certainly got a whole bunch of text messages sent to me afterwards.
The Warriors continue to move without the ball. Curry in particular, he made that shot because he was able to move, find open space on the court, and connected with his usual Curry magic. When he gets in those situations, he just does things like no one else on a basketball court.
Curry with 33, Durant very efficient tonight with 26 points, and Klay Thompson, who did end up played very well, had 20 points as well. LeBron James controlled the tempo for the Cavaliers, who played really, really well for 3 quarters, and it seemed like they were going to make a run. He ended up scoring 26 himself, and Kevin Love had 22. But all in all, the Cavaliers just don't have the depth to match with the Warriors, at least as of right now.
Over 48 minutes, over a 7-game series, that's really the question. Do the Cavs have enough to compete with the Warriors? LeBron is incredible. He does spectacular things. He's getting his teammates involved, and it's still not enough. So it has to be a demoralizing 2 games for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I'm sure we'll hear in the post-game press conferences that, hey, the Warriors took care of business at home. The Cavaliers now have 2 chances themselves to tie up the series. But what can the Cavaliers do? What did you learn about the Cavaliers? Certainly, they played a lot better in these 2 games than we expected.
Their offenses look very efficient. LeBron's been spectacular. They've been finding other players. Kevin Love hit a lot of big shots. But their defense remains a tremendous liability. For a period of time in the first half, the Warriors were shooting 85% from inside the three-point arc. You're not going to beat the Warriors if you allow them to shoot that well. So unless Cleveland discovers some defensive magic, I don't know if they're going to be able to be competitive.
I want to point out a couple of guys. Sean Livingston, very efficient tonight, as well as JaVale McGee. Both of them really contributed. McGee starting the game tonight for the Warriors and had a tremendous impact inside.
He's a burst of adrenaline for them whenever he's in the game. They play with energy. They play with focus. They like getting him lobs for dunks. It was a good way for the Warriors to start. Their first half was one of the better first halves that we've seen from them in the playoffs so far.
All told, can the Cavaliers, do they have any depth, someone on the bench that you can turn to give LeBron some kind of spark?
We haven't seen it yet. Lou's going to have to search for something else because he clearly hasn't found the right combination yet, but the Cavs may just be overmatched against this historically great Warriors roster.
Well, we don't want to count our chickens, certainly not in this series. We saw the Cavaliers come back from 3 games down, 3 games to 1 down a couple of years ago. But down 2-0, it looks pretty ominous. They're going to have to take at least one of them in Cleveland to keep the series going. Can the Cavaliers, or can we come back to Oakland here for Game 5?
I think the Cavaliers find a way to win one. They have a lot of pride. They play well in Cleveland. The Warriors still have had difficulty focusing for extended periods of time. I wouldn't be surprised to have the Warriors come out with a dud with one of the games in Cleveland and see the Cavs run away with it.
Well, was this the 4 quarters you were looking for coming into this game? This is the first time I think they played this well, perhaps since the Pelican series.
It was pretty close. The Warriors had a few lapses, but the defensive intensity all night was excellent. They moved the ball well. Kevin Durant found his stride again. A lot of positives for the Warriors to take from this performance.
And James, who scored 51 points in Game 1. Talk about briefly the defensive measures on LeBron. It did seem like the Warriors had a lot of different looks against LeBron.
They're picking him up as soon as he gets the ball in the backcourt. They're forcing him to fight for position, to fight for open space every single minute that he's on the court. And it looks like it's taking a toll. There were periods where he was gassed. He clearly didn't want the ball in his hands. He was looking for his teammates to help him out. It's understandable given all that they ask him to do, but the Warriors' efforts to put Draymond on him, to put Durant on him, we'll see Iguodala on him if he's back in the next game. It really is a lot for James to handle as a single individual.
Warriors up 2-0. We'll head to Cleveland next. We'll see you after Game 3 from Cleveland.